Hello mixtresses and mixters, this is mixtressrae, you're watching Mixtress Video. I don't know why I started here, but I did. Here's my perfume collection. Ooh, so beautiful. I'm not gonna go over that right now, but I did, this is my most recent purchase. I got a vintage, which it's funny for me to say that because I've been wearing this perfume since it came out. So this is what it was like when I first started wearing it. Vintage bottle of Hypnotic Poison. It was expensive and it was totally fucking worth it. Okay. Today, I've been feeling like a little bit of a lack mentality as far as my book collection because I've been trying to cut myself off from like phone time. Don't look at the messiness of my house. Please don't look. Nothing to see here. I've been trying to cut myself off of my phone like earlier and earlier in the night, just progressively. And so I'm spending more time with books instead, which is what I want to be doing. And I'm preparing myself for a depth year. I need to change out this light strand. This entire light strand is out. Okay, that's something I need to do today. All right. Getting distracted by things already. But I thought maybe I could I'm hoping that Mary Grace's Italian Folk Magic book will show up today. I ordered it on Friday and I don't know. I haven't checked the tracking, so I don't know. But I thought I could spend a little time today appreciating the books that I already have. I have a relatively small book collection all told. I have this little bookshelf here that has my fiction books and my like metaphysical witchy books, and then I have my tarot books in the other room, and then downstairs next to my fireplace I have all the rest of my books. Anything non-witchy, non-fiction is downstairs. Most of my collection is non-fiction because for the most part, I work in a library, I check out my books and I give them back. But lately I've been wanting to have more resources at my fingertips, and I've been wanting to write in books, and I've been wanting to highlight in books, and I've been wanting to study books more. So right now that is a temptation for me. That is usually the beginning of me spending a bunch of money on stuff, and I'm hoping to avoid that because I've just come out of a little bit of a binging moment. I guess I haven't really come out of it yet because I'm still just thinking about purchasing things constantly. So anyway, yeah. So this is my fiction collection, just in case. I just think it would be fun to go through all of my books right now and appreciate what I have instead of, thinking about what I don't have. So from left to right, we have Pride and Prejudice. I've read that book like 4 or 5 times. Drawing Blood by Poppy Z. Bright. This one is, I have to take it out for a second because I don't know how I'm doing this. I'm handheld here. Handheld. Struggling with books. Look! Signed by Poppy Z. Bright. I asked for a personalization I just asked Poppy what his favorite Cure song is, and he wrote, I can't think of a lyric, or maybe I asked for favorite lyric then, but here are 2 love cats. So I actually have 2 copies of this book. I have, oh no, I can't get it back. I have the like tiny paperback version like this downstairs. That's the one that I usually read. I just crack the shit out of that spine. And then I have that one kind of for sentimental reasons. Also at my local library, the one that I work at, the one that was my hometown library since birth, is the first copy that I ever read of Drawing Blood. I love that book. It's probably my favorite fiction book. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it because it's got a lot of domestic violence in it, but I enjoyed it as a as a teenager, for some reason, I enjoyed it. And because of that attachment to it, I still am attached to it. I feel like I've talked about that book a lot, though, already. So this might be a really long fucking video. Okay, then I have Lost Souls by Poppy Z. Brite. That is the sort of like more vampire-y Poppy Z. Brite book. Wuthering Heights, I actually have never read. That's the only book here that I haven't read. And then I have I've looked for so long for the perfect version of Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Look how beautiful this is. It's this tiny little blue book. Gilded, I don't really care about the gilded pages, but why am I doing this, guys? Why am I doing this? Why am I trying to do this? With one hand. Anyway, this Perks of Being a Wallflower, this one was given to me by a friend, and I love it. I mean, I already loved it before she gave it to me. My favorite trilogy of all time. I really love it. I first read Hunger Games right after a tornado destroyed my town. That same year, the winter after the spring that happened. And because of the way that PTSD is handled in that book, it was, even though it's not really explicitly named like that, but what Katniss goes through and how she handles it, it was just exactly what I needed at that time. It was, Hunger Games trilogy was my self-care, the winter of 2011, and I've reread it several times. And I got lucky because both of these were on the sale shelf at my library, and when we have hardback books on the sale shelf at the library, they are $1 each. So I got these for $1 each. And then this one I had to kind of hunt down. So I probably paid like $10 for this one, but I think I bought it online or something. But yeah, so I got that entire trilogy for like less than $15, which makes me happy. This, I've read High Fidelity a bunch of times. I love music memoirs, music. I just love music. People that write about music and how much they love music. So that book makes me really happy, even though it's got some sexist bullshit in it, for sure. I still reread it often because I love it. And really the only fiction books are the ones that I will reread over and over and over, except for Wuthering Heights. I think I bought that because it was pretty, and I still have not fucking read it, and I know I need to. Just finished this one, Haunting of Hill House. I'm obsessed. I love it. I read this one first, Mexican Gothic. I read this last year, I think. It's definitely the modern Haunting of Hill House, I would say, now that I've read both. Caitlin R. Kiernan, Threshold. I'm not sure if I'm keeping this one. Like, I've read it several times, but I now own her Silk novel, and I think that's the one from my teenage years that, like, is the one in my mind that I thought Threshold was when I bought it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. God, I'm talking way more than I thought I was going to. This, oh my God. I love this cover so much. Carrie is very important to me. I first saw the movie, the 70s movie, whenever I was in middle school, and it was like the very first horror movie I ever got obsessed with. I checked it out from the library. I rechecked it all summer. Rechecked it out all summer. Somehow they let me do that. And I just watched it over and over and over. This is like a kind of cheesy, but this is like a more backstory, non-canon backstory of Faith from Buffy. And she's one of my very favorite characters. So even though this is not terribly well written, I still really enjoyed it because anytime somebody pays attention to Faith, I enjoy it. I already talked about this. Queen of the Damned is my favorite vampire origin story that I have ever read. It includes the entire history of vampires in that universe. And yeah, I love it. I've read it a bunch of times. I'm obsessed. I even love the movie. Fight me. Aaliyah's the best Queen of the Damned that has ever existed. R.I.P. Aaliyah. R.I.P. Frankenstein. This one I've read like 3 times at least. Fucking love it. First sci-fi novel. And then these are my witchy books. This is a tiny, tiny, tiny witchy book collection. This doesn't include tarot because that's in a different spot. But this is fucking tiny, right? Like, this is sad. I need more. But it's so hard to find, like, what is just a, like Mary Grace was saying in her most recent video, like, what is just like a fucking Instagram witch book and what is something with actual substance. Sorry, my shadow is on this. Maybe I can move to the side a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so I have Moon Magic, which is too tall, so it has to be on its side. Kali, the Feminine Force. This one was really fucking good. I should probably read it again. Kali's my girl. I have got this book on Encyclopedia of Eastern Mythology because I like to just be able to look up. Really the only mythology that I've historically been into is Eastern mythology. Just, yeah, Tibetan, Hindu. So then I also have this little book of Hindu deities, which is so fucking cute. So fucking cute. Gonna resist the urge to open it because this video doesn't need to be super fucking long. This one I have sentimental attachment to. My art teacher who kind of got me through high school, Mr. Buchanan, gave this to me, and it's his personal copy from 1963. You can see a little hint of that. And I only have one hand, so that's all you're getting. Then I have the Buddhist, pretty much the only Buddhist book I think I have at this point. For some reason I got rid of the other ones that I had. But this is the one that I've reread the most times, The Heart of the Buddhist Teaching by Thich Nhat Hanh. Then I have a crystal. It's like, I mostly like to have resource books, as you'll see, as far as like nonfiction is concerned historically. So I've got Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. I love this Complete Idiot's Guide to Wicca and Witchcraft. Like, it really does have a ton of information in it. It's useful. I was recently gifted these by one of my mom's friends. She's had them probably since like the 60s or 70s. Amazing. This is the one where like you can look up, it's all heteronormative bullshit, of course. I say of course, but it shouldn't be of course, but it is. But it's like you can look up like Libra woman, Pisces man, and see what that relationship is like as far as romantically, employer-employee, like mother-daughter maybe even. I don't know. I'm not going to open it because this video is going to be really fucking long. So these are my astrology books right here. This is all I have left because I've culled a lot. Still haven't really gone through this entire thing, but I did like this Chicks podcast. It got to a point where I was like, okay, I can't with you anymore. But this one's really detailed though. And I think it's more than just an Instagram book, but I haven't really read the whole thing. And this Linda Goodman's Sun Signs, I have had since I was like 14. I have used the shit out of that book. Okay, let's go look at my tarot books and then we can go downstairs and look at everything else. Okay. Look how tiny my tarot book collection is, guys. It's so sad. I need more. So this one, I love Tarot for Yourself. It's like a workbook kind of thing. Highly, highly recommend. Holistic Tarot is a great all-around resource, but it's very, very academic. So it's like, you know, I don't know. Has anyone ever read that cover to cover? I doubt it. Magic of Tarot. I just finished that, Sasha Graham. It is a great beginner's book, especially if you're into kind of like flowery language and you need things to be sort of repeated to you. It's very conversational and I really, really appreciate it. I likely will reread it, despite the fact that I feel like I know a lot of the content from that book already. Just finished, well, I say finished, the like last half of most of books like this are just card meanings, like card by card meanings, and usually I stop reading at that point and just refer back to it if I want to. So that's what happened with Magic of Tarot, and also understanding Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot. Seems like a pretty good introduction to Thoth Tarot. Like some of that stuff, like the fucking like Kabbalah shit still just like is way over my head. So I don't totally understand that. So I'll probably go back to that book. And I've written it in a bunch. So I think that's my way of forcing myself to keep things. Is like if I'm engaging with them at all, I'm writing in them now. So that means I'm going to keep them. 78 Degrees of Wisdom is a classic for a reason. I've read most of it. But it mostly just dissects the symbolism in the RWS. Or as she calls it in the book, the writer pack. I kind of love that she calls it the writer pack. I want to start calling it that. And then I have some guidebooks. Marigold, this is Modern Witch journal, which has become sort of my, when I have an insight about a tarot card, I put it in there. So it's kind of become my master meanings of tarot, essentially. And you can put spreads in there, and that's where I keep my list of all of my tarot decks as well. And then I just have some guidebooks, Moon Void, Fairies Oracle, Egyptian Tarot, Goddess Oracle, and then Tarot Bible by Sarah Bartlett. That was the first tarot book I ever bought. I bought it probably, I don't know, 6 years ago-ish. It's really good, actually. It's kind of like, you know, tarot for dummies. And then that last thing there is a journal. That was my first tarot journal, essentially. I should probably revisit that because I put in, you know, like my initial thoughts about all of the cards in that when I was first learning. Okay, let's go downstairs, shall we? Sorry for the shaky cam. I'm just going with it. Don't look at any of the mess in my house, okay? Please, because I'm embarrassed. Okay, descending the stairs. You guys get to come with me, and hopefully I don't fall. Okay, this is my bookshelf that is built in my house. So this is my, this is all of Michael's video games, all of Michael's books, all of our DVDs, our comic book collection, and there's also photo albums and stuff here. You know, this is just a whole bunch of shit, like you do. So the top 3 compartments are all movies and TV. And then this compartment is all comic books. Some of them are Michael's, most of them are mine. I really only, as far as comic books are concerned, I really only do like 4. I have some Crow comics in there. I have Kabuki, I have Buffy, and I have Tank Girl and Jim and the Holograms. That's pretty much it. Like everything else here is Michael's, so we'll move on. Then this next shelf, this right here, will be of interest to you, Meg. This is my zine library. So this has all of my zines, all of my friend Jill's zines, and then all of the other zines that I've collected over the years. I don't have that many, but, and then I have this. I don't think I can get it out with one hand, but this is a bound copy of the first issue of my zine called Chickweed that a friend gave me. This is my poetry collection, these 3 books right here. These 2 are like chapbooks from friends. This one is, oh my God, this is my friend Derek, who at the time was going by Delilah. How Not to Write by Someone Who Doesn't. This is a really, really great writing guide. I don't know if you can properly see this. The contrast isn't working well in my low light situation, but this is a really fucking great, like, no nonsense writing guide. I have the Bust DIY Guide to Life. I don't know why I have that, honestly. It's just a compendium of a bunch of things that were in that magazine over the years. This one's hilarious. Flow, the cultural story of menstruation. Maybe I should read this again. Then I have The Great Funk, falling apart and coming together on a shag rug in the 70s. This is like a cultural, like, I don't know, cultural thing of the 70s. Bodies of Subversion, Secret History of Women and Tattoo. Dead Blondes and Bad Mothers, Sadie Doyle. This is a recent acquisition. I've only had this one like a year or so. The Beauty Myth. This is probably outdated now. But I first read this somewhere around like 2010, and that is when my feminism really awakened. This book was part of that. Then I have some Buffy books. I love a good Buffy academic book. That's what these 5 right here are. And these were all resources that I used when I wrote a big Buffy paper in college. This section here are all my music memoirs. I need more. I don't have the Cure one. I don't have the Kurt Cobain one that I like. There are several of music memoirs that are on like my wish list that I don't have. But, I need to reread this. Poppy Z. Bright wrote a biography on Courtney Love, just spent a bunch of time with Courtney Love and wrote a biography on her. And I remembered it being really good, but I haven't read it in like, I don't know, 15 years. Nick Hornby Songbook, Girls. This one is a previous library copy, Viva Rock Divas. This is like written, like each chapter is written from the point of view of a different like 90s alt chick. So there's lots of good shit in there. Love Rob Sheffield. Like, really love him. Love is a mixtape. Also would normally be here, but I lent it to a friend. Yeah, love Rob Sheffield. And then this one I need to reread. Record Collecting for Girls. I remember being kind of underwhelmed by it just because, like, I love a music memoir, like I said. Love it. I am the mixtress. And it's hard to find a music memoir written by a woman. I think it's a little easier now, but that was the first one I ever found, and I was disappointed in it, but it was probably just because I had too high of expectations for it, you know? These are all my Taschen books. I love a good Taschen book. I have Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's. So these are all just like, you know, vintage holiday graphics. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh my God, how did I open to just like the cover image? That's hilarious. I love books like this where you can just like look at art. So Halloween, Valentine's, India Bazaar. India Bazaar. Vintage Indian graphics, yeah. Oh, I don't know why you're calling it Bazaar, but okay. Hula Pinups. Art Now, 70s fashion, 50s fashion, and then some of this is like redundant with this, you know, because I have advertising of the 60s, 50s, and 70s. Why did I say that in that order? I don't know, but I did. This cubby over here is all like video game stuff. So this is all Michael's stuff. And then down here, this is all kind of just oversized books here. Just mostly art books. Muka is one of my favorites. My grandma gave me this book for Christmas one year. This is all Gil Elvgren pinup stuff, which I enjoy. This is Brian Froud Ferry's book. This is my friend Patrick. He is an amazing photographer in LA. This is his photography book. This, oh my God, this bound thing. My grandpa loves to write. He especially loves to tell like sentimental stories about his life and his family. And one year for his birthday, my aunt put together all of his writings in a book. And so that's really sweet. I have that. And this, right underneath it, My grandma used to do a lot of art, and so some other birthday of my grandma's, my aunt put together a little bound book of her drawings. So that's what these are. My grandparents' published works. Better Homes and Gardens decorating book. This is an old thing. This is Carpe Noctem, a gothic magazine that I had as a teenager, and I recently rebought on eBay for, I don't know, I spent probably at least 20 bucks on that, which is ridiculous. But bookmarks. This is where I keep lots of bookmarks and things. Old pictures of me and my Michael. My God, these are so old. From photo booths. And then some, when I worked in the reference department at the library, I made like little bookmarks. LGBT fiction, fierce females, essential feminist reading. This is all super old and outdated at this point. Like, I wouldn't call this fierce females anymore, probably. Anyway, maybe fierce femmes. This is my dad's old Boy Scout handbook. And I have no reason to have this, except that every time I try to get rid of it, it feels wrong. Because this is just going to go in the trash if I don't have it. So this is amazing perfume guide. I love it. The language is so funny. It's basically like an encyclopedia of reviews from these two authors, and they're a married couple, and they're obsessed with perfume. So it's just fun every once in a while to look up some of my favorites and see what they say about them. This is a photo album. This is like a movie thing. I don't know, I got it on the sale shelf at the library. Hollywood Gothic. Art Nouveau posters. We've got a lot of Art Nouveau books. These are some yearbooks. This is, oh my God. That's me. This is just a giant, ridiculous photo album of all of like baby pictures and shit. Okay, last shelf. Just more stuff. I got Book of Stones, so like another crystal encyclopedia. Complete Grimm fairy tales there. That is some kind of children's book. It is called The Desert Is Theirs, that I got on the sale shelf at the library. So it's not from my childhood, but Oh, The Places You'll Go. Yeah, I know. We're not supposed to like Dr. Seuss anymore, but I fucking love that book. This, you can see some tornado damage right there. That's a bit of insulation. That's on all kinds of things in my life still. This binder is all of my notes from when I was a psychology major. For some reason, I keep that, even though I have not referenced it in the 10 years that I've been graduated. This is fucking hilarious. Megatech Internet. This is like a children's book about the internet from like early to mid 90s, I think. It's just kind of funny. I enjoy it. And I have a dinosaur encyclopedia, National Parks of America, animal encyclopedia, and plant encyclopedia, all from the sales shelf at the library. And then here, this is my hometown. I got some books here that are written by people, local authors, about my hometown, Joplin. And I think those were all given to me at different times. I won that Haunted Joplin book at like a haunted tour thing. I won it for some reason. I don't know, I don't remember. Then I've just got other stuff. Magic and Medicine of Plants. This is my intact copy that I didn't dissect for my Oracle deck. Flowers of the Southwest Deserts. I got at a gift shop in Saguaro National Park, I think. Songbird Bible. I love birds. And it has like a CD where you can listen to the songs of different birds so you can more easily recognize them in the wild, which is fun. I got some trees of North America. That's just basically because, let's see if I can fucking open it. That's just basically because it has all of this kind of stuff. You know, it has these old illustrations of different trees, and so I keep it because I love that kind of shit. Stars and Planets, another tree book, a mushroom book, Cactus of Arizona, and then this little section of the last from like that little blue design book over, those are all Michael's books. Okay. I mean, some of his books are mixed in over here too, but those are all specifically his right there. Yeah, that's my book collection. I guess I do still have, like, I have a little bookshelf above the toilet in my half bath that has like a few fiction books. That's where my like old beat up copy of Drawing Blood is, and a couple of other things. But I think I will stop there because a package was delivered on my porch a few minutes ago and it probably has Italian folk magic in it. So I was recording this video specifically to waste time until that book got here, and I think it worked. Okay, thank you for watching this crazy shaky cam tour of my books. I need more books. I really do. Okay, bye.